A development team member identifies a critical production bug during the sprint. What is the most appropriate immediate action according to Scrum principles? Option A, immediately fix the bug, interrupting current sprint work. Option B, log the bug in the product backlog and defer it to a future sprint. Option C, discuss the bug during the next daily Scrum and decide on a course of action. Option D, the product owner. Which of the following is not a characteristic of a well-formed user story? Option A, independent. Option B, negotiable. Option C, valuable. Option D, technically specific. The sprint review is primarily focused on Option A, reviewing the team's performance during the sprint. Option B, inspecting the increment and adapting the product backlog if needed. Option C, planning the next sprint in detail. Option D, calculating the team's velocity for future sprint planning. A development team is struggling to meet the sprint goal due to unforeseen technical challenges. What should the Scrum Master do first? Option A, immediately escalate the issue to senior management. Option B, remove the development team member responsible for the delay. Option C, facilitate a discussion within the development team to identify impediments and potential solutions. Option D, reassign tasks to more experienced development team members. What is the primary purpose of the sprint retrospective? Option A, to document all the tasks completed during the sprint. Option B, to assess the product owner's performance in managing the product backlog. Option C, to identify and implement improvements to the Scrum team's processes and practices. Option D, to review the sprint burn-down chart and analyze deviations from the plan. Which of the following best describes the Scrum Master's role in servant leadership? Option A, directing the development team on how to implement the product backlog items. Option B, removing obstacles and helping the development team to self-organize and improve. Option C, prioritizing the product backlog based on business value. Option D, assigning tasks to development team members based on their skills. When is it acceptable to change the sprint goal during a sprint? Option A, never. The sprint goal is fixed once the sprint begins. Option B, only if the product owner requests a change. Option C, only if a major external event invalidates the sprint goal, and the Scrum team collaborates to adapt. Option D, always. The sprint goal should be flexible to accommodate changing business needs. What is the most important outcome of sprint planning? Option A detailed task list for each development team member. Option B, a prioritized product backlog for the next sprint. Option C, a shared understanding of the sprint goal and a plan for achieving it. Option D, a Gantt chart outlining the timeline for the sprint. A stakeholder continuously adds new requirements during the sprint, bypassing the product owner. What should the Scrum Master do? Option A, ignore the stakeholder and focus on the current sprint backlog. Option B, report the stakeholder to senior management. Option C, educate the stakeholder about the Scrum process and the importance of working through the product owner. Option D, add the new requirements to the sprint backlog immediately. Which statement best describes the relationship between velocity and sprint planning? Option A, velocity is the primary factor for determining the sprint goal. Option B, Velocity is a historical measure used to help the development team estimate how much work they can accomplish in a sprint. Option C, velocity is used to precisely schedule tasks for individual development team members. Option D, velocity is an indicator of the Scrum Master's performance.